Over the past 8 years, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson have been two of the most important players of the Warriors dynasty. And of course, their head coach Steve Kerr knows how much both of them have put into their craft to achieve so much ever since 2015. So in this video, we're going to be looking at whether Kerr thinks the duo has anything left to prove, plus some more. Let's get right into it. Starting off, Coach Kerr lets us know how proud he is of the Splash Bros. While speaking in September of this year, Steve told reporters that after everything Curry and Klay have been able to accomplish since their first championship 7 years ago, they've absolutely nothing left to prove. While some may disagree, we think he's not wrong at all. Ever since Kerr joined the team back in 2015, Steph and Thompson have been terrorizing the league with their deadly three-point shooting, which has allowed them to be successful for so many years. Curry's won 2 MVPs, one Finals MVP, the first ever Western Conference Finals MVP, as well as the All-Star Game MVP. That's 5 MVPs in the span of just 7 years. Plus, Curry's an 8-time NBA All-Star, made an All-NBA team 8 times, and won 2 scoring titles as well. When it comes to three-point shooting, Curry holds the single-season record for most threes in a season when he drained a whopping 402 back in 2016. Besides that, he's second on the list of the most made threes in a game, and also has 2 three-point contest championships. To top all this off, he's a 4-time NBA champion. Klay is also a 4-time NBA champion, and much like Curry, he also has tons of accomplishments. He's made it to the All-Star Game on 5 occasions, an All-NBA team twice, and also made an All-Defensive team back in 2019. He holds the record for most threes made in a single game when he drilled 14 against Chicago back in October 2018. Up next, is there really nothing left to prove? There have been such accomplished duos in NBA history, so we're sure that Curry and Klay will surpass all of them to prove that they're the best. So let's look at some of the best duos in NBA history and compare them to Splash Bros. Rather than looking at the skill and talent of the duos, we're going to focus more on how successful they were together. Starting with the Miami Heat, LeBron and Wade were able to make it to the NBA Finals for 4 straight years and won 2 of those series. Shaq and Kobe were able to win 3 championships in 8 years, and both these duos were insanely tough to beat. Then, we have Tim Duncan and Tony Parker, who won 5 NBA championships within the span of 14 years. And of course, we can't forget about the Showtime Lakers. Headed by Magic and Kareem, the duo was able to secure 5 titles in just 10 years. Then, we have the undisputed greatest duo in NBA history of Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. The two were able to win 6 NBA championships together, and unlike every other duo on this list, they never lost a single finals series. If we compare Curry and Klay to each of them, we'd say they've easily surpassed Wade and LeBron, as well as Shaq and Kobe. Though, if they want to prove that they're the best duo, they'll have to win at least 3 more rings together. That's no easy feat, unfortunately. Moving on, let's look at what else the duo should aim to accomplish over the next few years. Steph's 34 right now, while Klay is 32. The two have at least 5 years of an elite level of play still left in them, so we think they can achieve a lot more during that time frame. Since his return in the 2021 season, Curry's been on an absolute roll, having some of the best years of his career. He's shown no signs of slowing down, and we see him being selected to multiple All-Star and All-NBA teams before he retires. If the Warriors continue with their winning ways, and Steph has a few more 2021 type seasons, he can easily win a couple more regular season MVPs, which will do wonders for his legacy. Plus, if the Warriors can win 1 or 2 more championships, it'll certainly be Steph taking home the Finals MVP, and we think that would easily put him on the same level as the likes of Jordan and LeBron. For Klay, the goal will be to help Curry as much as possible, because at the end of the day, he gets to add the rings to his resume as well. Despite 2 horrible injuries which he suffered back-to-back, Thompson's shown us all that he's still got it. After getting rid of the rust and playing at the highest level last season, we see Klay making numerous All-Star teams before he retires, as well as aiming for at least the top 5 spot on the all-time three-pointers made list once it's all said and done. Lastly, does Klay have more to prove? Basketball's a team sport, and without Thompson's contributions, the Warriors would have never been able to reach the heights they have. Despite that, it's always been Steph who gets the most credit, as well as the awards. We know Klay's gonna hate us for saying this, but there's definitely a case for him having more to prove, because he's been a second and third option his whole career. That's why he's never had too many individual achievements. Sure, Klay can cement himself as the greatest Robin in NBA history if he can help Curry win a couple more rings, but we're sure he'll want to be remembered for more than that. The only way Klay can actually rack up some accomplishments is if he becomes the first option on some other team and finds himself on the All-NBA first team as much as possible while winning at least 1 MVP award. Klay's contract will expire in the summer of 2024. We don't know for sure, but Klay might go to a team where he can be the guy and show everyone that he can be the #1 option too. Sure, his chances of winning more rings would be low, but he already has 4. So if Thompson really wants to cement himself as more than a terrific sidekick, he should look towards being the franchise star for another team. Now, let's talk about some other news. Starting off, is Draymond Green leaving Golden State? Besides Steph and Klay, Dre's also been a huge part of the Warriors' success, but after his recent altercation with Jordan Poole, he's found himself on the hot seat with his teammates, as well as the Warriors' front office. Once news broke out that Green punched JP during practice, the NBA world went wild, with many saying that either one of them has gotta go, or else the team won't be the same. Lots of people began speculating that once Draymond's contract with the Warriors is up, he's heading straight to LA to pair up with his clutch buddy LeBron James. According to Stephen A. Smith, Green's made peace with the fact that Golden State is prioritizing Poole and Andrew Wiggins over him and is ready to play for the Lakers once he's a free agent. It all depends on how this season goes and who the Warriors are more determined to secure long term. What do you guys think? Does Draymond already have one foot out the door? Coming up, has Jordan Poole forgiven Draymond? Eyes have been on the Warriors because of the leaked video showing how heated things got between the teammates. Interestingly, almost everybody except Poole has spoken to the media about everything. That's left us all dying to know how he's feeling after everything that went down and whether he'll accept Dre's apology or not. Unfortunately for Warriors fans, Cyrus Satsaz of Locked On Warriors has said that his sources have told him that Jordan isn't feeling too forgiving as of now. Cyrus further added that the two haven't spoken since then and that Jordan's unhappy about the situation, though we can't know for sure how he really feels until he finally speaks out about everything. Last but not least, Paul George is happy to be Kawhi's sidekick. When a team has two big stars, there's always the risk of their egos clashing. After all, just look at Kobe and Shaq. The Clippers are currently home to two of the best wings in the league, and when they're both healthy, it's a sight for sore eyes. Even though PG-13's a great player, it's always been clear that Kawhi's better than him. Stuff like this is what usually causes duos to break up, but thankfully for Clippers fans, George has made it clear that he's not letting his ego get the best of him. Recently, Paul publicly said that Kawhi's the first option and he's the second. He went on to add that he's perfectly fine with that and knows that his role is to complement Leonard and take the load off him. This is amazing news for Clippers fans because PG-13 knows his role and isn't interested in playing hero ball. With Kawhi and George healthy heading into next season, we're sure they're going to make a lot of noise. That's a wrap for this video. Do you guys think Steph and Klay have nothing more to prove in the NBA? Let us know in the comments below. Remember to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.